Ball out. Ball out.
Bow, bow. Bow, bow.
Ball out.
Bow,
Ball out.
bow. All we do is bow.
Ball out.
Bow, bow, bow.
Ball out. Ball out.
Ball out.
Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Dropping by the mall out. Come deliver mail on y'all route. Show them what it's all about. Just get called out. Fall out. Me and my clique, we don't fall out. Me and my chick, we don't fall out. We minding our business, keep y'all out. Break up, get up quick, then we hit licks till it's all out. I hate my job, I'ma call out. Boss of myself, child out. I'm a recruiter, a high percentage shooters. Gotta keep rifles and Rugers. Some people just trifling and losers. Watch for the jackets at night, they be cruising. I can put together. A.R. Kinston-Yetta. My hitters be tough in the leather. Can't nobody do it better. Glock 9 with the F in. Step in with my best friends. Best friend Smith and West End. If you miss 6, still catch 10. Ball out. Stall out. Pulling up outside the y'all house. Empty till we all out. I got the juice and I'm crazy. You not a killer, don't say. Hit squad ain't nothing to play with. Undertaker and a grave dig. Best man like Tay Diggs. When you in the paint, gotta play big. Hitters ignorant like cavemen. Went from good fella to made men. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Shout out, ball out, get called out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out.
It is Boss Cowboy Sports Week in the building. Yes, indeed.
Boss Cowboy Sports Show, where your voice matters. Like, share, subscribe. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Tell your family and loved ones we are in the building with the hottest Sunday show in the land. Boss Cowboy and OC. Back with some more Cowboys talk. And look, we're excited to be on. Boss Cowboy, talk to the people. Tell them how you feeling.
Man, they showing us a lot of love, and I appreciate YouTube. Y'all do us a favor. Share, because we've been starving Facebook. We've been starving it. We've been giving YouTube a whole month. We trying to get to 1,000, and we almost there. Somebody had a question real quick, OC. I want to take this before we kind of get into it, because, you know, I know what everybody want to hear. Everybody want to hear about the rookie camp, and we going to talk about that. But somebody said, what's up, Boss Cowboy and OC? Boss, did you tell the OC who I said he sounds like when he talks? Please remind me. But don't clown my partner. The OC, that's my boy. That's my boy. You know, I'm the only person that can attack the OC. Nobody else can. If y'all attack the OC, you got a problem with your boy. But as long as you being cool and funny, I'm cool with it too. But only person that can bang on this dude is me and maybe other BCS members. So, man, what's up, man? What's going on? What's your first thoughts of training camp? Because that's what the whole talk of the whole nation is. Moving the chains is in the building. I see you. Always happy to see you. What's your first thoughts?
What's up? Yeah, man, I think that, positive promise is the two words that I think of when I think about what went on with this initial mini camp. This is the orientation. This is not the real work. This is just an intro to the organization, kind of feel you out, see what you got, see about your competency, how fast you can learn and how fast you can comprehend what we throw at you, and kind of also see where you are physically. And I think that everybody passed the test. I would say especially Michael Parsons and Cox with some of the activities and the things they've done there, along with some of the other draft picks. So overall, so far so good, Boss Cowboy.
Got you. Now listen, everybody talking about this guy. That's who everybody is. You know me. Is this?
There you go. You starting early.
I'm just asking the question, OC. I'm just asking the question. Are
Start early.
we drinking the Kool-Aid?
No. Let me speak for the fans on this one.
Please.
We are not drinking the Kool-Aid as of yet, but we are hovering over the Kool-Aid container, and we are smelling the Kool-Aid. Okay, we have not put cup to lips at this point, but we're hovering, and we want to be able to drink that Kool-Aid just with a little more positivity. So that's where we are in this whole process, man. I think that it's a
Smack that
positive
dude.
thing. And hey, we got to see what happens with it.
All right. Because, see, man, I'm seeing what's going on, OC. I want to really talk to you. OC. Oh, man, I didn't want to show that. I want to show this. All right, here we go. Because this is what everybody talking about. Dan Quinn, look, he's working with the defense. Oh, hands on. Oh, he's working. We've been waiting on this look. He's going line for line. He's really working with Osa. Our D-line is getting ready to transform into this new and improved because of Quinn.
Right. Well, listen, he's a player's coach, so him working directly with the defensive line and the defense is no surprise. He's a guy that most people liked in every locker room, even the ones that he got fired in, okay?
Yeah, true,
That's not really a surprise. That's not a surprise, okay? It's about how do you hold these players accountable and how do you maximize their productivity while making the appropriate calls when you get in the game. And so what I think when we start to see more of this is how do we play in those preseason games and how do we look the first quarter of the season? That's going to really be his battery test, Boss Cowboy. Until then, Boss Cowboy, we really won't know.
Ooh, OC, that's why you my boy, man. This is why I rock with the OC. That's why I'm privileged to rock with this man. Because what he said is so true. Y'all need to listen. Listen, I'm like you. I'm still wait and see. My boy Siddiqui, he said this, and I feel you on this. It did feel good. Let me be honest. It felt good to see Quinn working with the guys because it did answer a question. Let's be all the way honest. It answered a question: who is going to help fix that front? Because let's take the real defensive coach is Aiden. Hopefully I said his name right. All right, that's him.
Talking
with
about D-line coach.
The D-line coach. That's the real coach. All right, that's the real coach. That's the guy that's gonna be with them 24/7. That's the guy that they go to the meeting rooms with. That's the guy who giving them the what they call install, which is installing the defense to attack the offense. That's the guy. That's why I'm a little bit slow. I'm very happy because it did answer a question. Is Quinn going to get on the front line on the equation? The rookie count says yes. And we all got to be happy about that. I'm very happy about that. But at the same time, you were still known as Mr. Comeback. The miracle comebacks was under you, so I'm still slow. I do feel better, but I'm slow. Am I tripping, OC, or is that the right way to maybe go about this?
Well, I think that this is the right way to go about it, is that, hey, we always want to give you the benefit of the doubt until proven otherwise, right? So what you did do was have a pretty good draft in terms of filling some needs that we did have, okay? We got the best, probably, defensive player in the draft at pick 12 in Micah Parsons. We picked up some more defensive players that could help us on the back end, cornerback / safety / linebacker, and we picked up a couple defensive tackles. So your success is based on how well these kids play and how fast you can develop them. So the strategy that we're going to see if it works or not is if enduring the players to you and being their friend and being the players coach, is that more effective, or being more of a taskmaster and whipping everybody into shape and keeping them super accountable and fearing for their lives? Is that going to drive the most productivity? So we got to see what strategy will drive the most productivity out of this defensive front. And so Dan Quinn's career in Dallas hinges on the answer to that question.
Got you. Now, obviously, moving the chains with a fire question. She go come all the way and just kick in my door. You can't do that. She say, what do you have to lose in giving Quinn confidence and support? I'm giving him a maybe. Moving the chains. I'm just giving him a maybe right now. I got to make him earn it. You know what I mean? Because you was still known as the comeback coach. So because I see you slapping hands, I'm not ready to anoint you fully. Let me see you give me a full good scheme. Let me see you with some adjustments. Let me see how that front plays. Because I'm being honest, moving the chains, I don't like this hire at all. I do not like the hire of Aiden. I don't. He had 1 year of experience at linebacker. Before that, he was a GA, meaning he was over the scout team. This is his first time ever coaching our D-line. So I'm super happy he slapped some hands. I really am. I'm happy he got out there. He was active, but I'm just being cautious. It's not where I'm being pessimistic. I'm just not ready to fully sip it.
Well, but listen, to moving the chains point, let me say something. If there's any time to be optimistic moving the chains, now is the time, okay? Now is the time.
Yeah.
So we just had a solid draft. We got some good players. There is room for optimism. What's up, Jackie Smith? I see you in the building. Thank you so much for joining and subscribing. So listen, if we want to be optimistic, we got to be optimistic and look at the positive now. But listen, when we get into this season, that's when, we're going to get past the fat into the meat of this thing. But right now, hey, positive vibes. I'm cool with the positive vibes until we start playing ball, Boss Cowboy. I mean, that's what we got to do.
And Mo said, you got to start somewhere. I agree. That's why I did say it answered the question, because that was my concern. Because you got a rookie in there, man. Let's be honest. I rush defense was ranked 31st. That wasn't the ideal place to put a newbie. Come on now. So I'm just not quite ready to drink it. Can I see them play first? Can I see with my own eyes some preseason? I don't want to just anoint because I saw him slap dapping and giving people 5. Listen, what I mean. What I mean is because I saw him working in a 5-second clip. I'm not just ready to anoint that. He still got something to prove, and I'm going to keep that fire under him. I'm not going to fully just give him all the sauce. Not quite yet. All right, changing the subject, because we talking about these training camp guys. My boy Javon Brooks said, I feel you, boss. Yeah, man. We not beating these guys up. It's just one of those things to where I want to be cautious because they lied to us too many times. Come on now. Remember they told us last year we was going to run a 4-3. They came out in a 3-4. So how many times do they pull the rug up under us and we just believe them just because they do a photo op of Quinn working with the rookie?
But Boss Cowboy, you acting like a scorned woman.
Yeah.
I mean, if you what
man,
if you got
we scored two. We scored two.
A scorned man that was mistreated by his ex-woman, and then what if this time? What if this time it's a good woman? It's a good woman, and then now you're putting all the baggage of what happened in the previous relationship on this brand new woman, and this brand new woman ain't even done nothing yet.
So you want to come out the day trying to fight your boy?
I'm just trying to tell you.
You want to come out the gate fighting your boy? Like,
I'm
trying to get warmed up over here, man. This is why I'm trying to get warmed up, and you already.
I'm just trying to give some perspective. I'm
gonna give you the perspective. So since we go use your analogy, if we talking. And we just talking real. We talking relationships. If you see red flags in your new relationship, you go ignore it because you optimistic. This man was still known as comeback coach. Come on now. So it's like I'm seeing the red flags, right? I mean, she's supposed to be loyal to me, but she don't let me go through her phone. Hold on now. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got nothing to hide, why can't I touch your phone? Why you always putting a phone under your bed and you keep forwarding? We got red flags. So yes, I want to be optimistic, but I also want to be realistic. Like, this is not enough, baby. We still got a date. You showed me some red flags. So,
Well, Boss Cowboy, it ain't no red flags yet because this man ain't coached a football game, right? So let's think about that now. Let's not reach for the flags, okay? Because sometimes we relive trauma unnecessarily, Boss Cowboy.
you not
We're-
traumatized after last year,
We're reliving
OC?
trauma. Listen, we have been traumatized as a fan base with some of the stuff that's went on, but I'm saying this is a brand new coach, a brand new era, and we cannot automatically bring up all that old trauma. And I don't care what you say, Regina and Reggie. I have no care about you shaking your head. I don't care what you say, turn around and watch TV. But what I'm trying to say is this.
Don't go hard on my lady.
This man has not even coached a preseason game, Boss Cowboy.
Bro.
I know what happened in his past. Listen, wait a second. I know he's a comeback kid. I know that he got fired off his last head coaching job. I know that he didn't really build the Legion of Boom. I know all those things that you're stating here, but this is a brand new day. And let's give the man the benefit of the doubt, Boss Cowboy, because perhaps he could have learned from the error of his ways. Perhaps he could have gleaned some wisdom that now he's going to bring to the Dallas Cowboys and help improve this defense, Boss Cowboy. We got to have some hope.
Okay.
I'm just saying. We got to have a little hope, man.
Hey, you know me, OC. When I put on the Clear Our Views, I'm dead serious, and I'm going to say this. I still rock the Ronald Reagan philosophy. Trust, but verify, and I'm not changing. I'm moving on. All right,
that's cool. Let's verify. We're good.
All
We'll
right,
go verify soon, too.
All right, so we brought in this man, too.
Uh-huh.
All right?
Uh-huh.
So what's your thoughts on Barrett coming to the Cowboys? Because he was an undrafted free agent. I want to get your thoughts on that. Since we talking about training camp and we can't see these guys yet, we just kind of window shopping. So talk to me, OC, about JT Barrett.
Listen, man, JT Barrett was a winner in college, man.
Yes,
He's a huge winner, man.
Yes.
So I like the pedigree in terms of mentality and background.
Preach.
I like his athleticism. He has a strong arm, right?
Yeah.
He can make a lot of the throws, but really hadn't really got a chance and kind of, just hadn't got a shake in certain situations. So I think that he's a guy that BJ Nixon in the building, he says he's a camp arm. That's cold-blooded, BJ.
No,
so look.
No, he right. But
yeah, he's right. He's right to a degree on that.
But it's some value in him. But go ahead.
Yeah, I think that he's a guy that, hey man, you let him come in and compete, right? We don't have a declare. We don't have a declare, and this is why I say he's right to a degree on BJ Nixon's comment. We don't have a declared number 2 quarterback. We have not drafted a quarterback to come in, right? We don't have a free agent that we've signed at this point to say, okay, this is our number 2 quarterback, right? So you bring this guy in and you let him compete, you let him work. We know that Dak Prescott's the starter, but let him work, let him compete. Let's see what you got in him.
Man, my boy. Man, what's up, BJ? Man, say, it's going to be in a second, man. We just built a whole new show. We gonna be able to get you in an instant, bro, because you can't come in here firing like that. We gonna get you in the show, man. You don't just come in Boss Cowboy house and get in the comments. We gonna let you come in the front door every now and then. Not every day, but but no, I agree with BJ. But I do like JT because this is a battle of backups, right? Yep. So one of the things that you definitely want in a backup, if anything, right, is you on a history of winning, okay? I want to turn the music off and say that. You want at least, if it's the least thing you can get, is you want somebody that's won a lot. Because somebody that won a lot, you become addicted to it. And I think that's what we got with him. And you're right, I want him to compete. Because in his Big Ten career, he had 12,000 yards, 104 touchdown passes, 147 touchdowns responsible for. All right. He broke over 39 records from a legendary school with a national championship. I mean, I still didn't like him as a quarterback.
You still didn't like him?
I did not.
Well, a lot of times people say there's a curse of Ohio State quarterbacks, which is why some people use the excuse of not drafting Justin Fields, a curse of the Ohio State type quarterback. Let me explain. No, this is out there in media circles, right?
No.
It's a curse of them. Like, they play great in college, they win national championships, but for whatever reason, they're just so athletic. They just throw the ball to open receivers that are faster than everybody, right? And so they don't translate into the NFL in terms of reading defenses and actually making the plays on an NFL level. And to date, Boss Cowboy, Cordell Jones, JT Barrett, man, we can list several others. We really haven't seen. I'm not saying that the curse is true. I'm saying
false.
based on the data. I'm saying
ain't no data.
Boss Cowboy, hold on. Based on what we've seen, Boss Cowboy, we haven't seen a very successful Ohio State quarterback come into the league and have sustaining starting power to date, Boss Cowboy, in the last, let's say, 5 to 10 years.
Let's see.
Sorry.
This is why I hate the case. And I hate the case. I hate that case with all of my heart. Because when we scout, why is Ohio State the only place to where they scout literally helmets and stickers? Because with that logic, you shouldn't have picked Daniel Jones in the first round. You shouldn't have picked Mitch Trubisky. You shouldn't have picked Carson Wentz. You should have. So for some reason, everybody that's a scout know how to grade talent until they at Ohio State. I ain't hearing that. Like, no, we don't scout stickers and helmets. We scout the talent. So everybody, I don't like. The only place you can say where you don't like a certain position, you got to make a sound case, in my opinion, the OC. Like, for instance, this is a sound case that I will make. It's hard to get it right on Alabama corners. It's not their fault. It's just hard to get it right. It's hard to get it right more so because they historically play with the best fronts. And because you're playing with the best fronts, how do you properly grade them? You see what I'm saying? Because they have the least amount of pressure. But just to say, and you know, unless you came in real froggy, you want to box your boy all day today, man. Go ahead.
No, I'm laying out some very common data. This is not even a fight. This is just me laying out very common data, Boss Cowboy. And look, this is what we understand, okay? Douglas in the building. He said Ohio State quarterbacks are fool's gold.
Man, y'all stop this.
He said
stop
fool's
it.
Gold. So listen. Here's the deal, Boss Cowboy. When we talk about this thing, right? Yeah. We know, and let me be balanced, okay?
Please.
There are more misses in the draft than hits. So everybody has a problem evaluating talent. If you look at the percentages of home run hits in the first round, they're very small. They're very small. So if we look at this thing globally, right, it's more misses than hits. However, if we look at certain schools, and we could say, to your point, that Ohio State quarterbacks are harder to grade. Why? Because these guys tend to have huge arms, Boss Cowboy. They tend to be mobile quarterbacks. These guys tend to be good enough where they could be starting D1 running backs, but they just happen to be able to throw the ball, right? Also, Boss Cowboy, they also tend to play with elite receivers. They play with a couple blue chip receivers, which can make them harder to grade. But Boss Cowboy, we just haven't seen the productivity translate on the next level yet. And that's all I'm saying, Boss Cowboy.
Man, I'm gonna move on, man. Y'all, everybody making me mad. The chat box making me mad. Everybody is pissing me off with this Ohio State theory. I'm gonna move on.
They said the curse is real. That's what I
see
saw,
that.
Boss Cowboy.
I know you want to stay. I know you want to
stay.
stay and fight, but I'm not fighting you, bro. I'm not fighting today. You trying to box? I'm trying to be nice. Right. I'm trying to be cool today. Right. Man, make sure y'all listen, man. Make sure, because y'all gotta hit that like button. Tell the algorithm you like how we doing. All right, because we going through these prospects on the the rookie camp. And, we giving y'all that sauce. So the way that you say thank you is hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that bell. Please do it. Because we really, 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 really. Hold on real quick. See, they try to see. I'm trying to get away from that topic, and they draw me in, bro.
They keep rocking.
They draw me in. Justin Fields will ends all this bull. Thank you, Mob. Mob. See, Mob. Get you some of these, bro. These are called Clear Our Views. Get you some, because you seeing right. You seeing right. It's malarkey to blame a school for quarterback performance. Just call it luck, or because why don't they say that at Alabama?
Can I give you a couple reasons why?
Because they history bad. They history bad, just as bad. Come on now.
Well, listen.
With more weapons.
Listen, what you've had with Alabama quarterbacks in the league is you've had a lot of quality, solid backup quarterbacks. In terms of Alabama quarterbacks, you never had really too much of a rock star quarterback until recently. Tua came out, and he was more so considered the rock star, huge arm talent on quarterback, right? But before that, you had a bunch of guys that played with a lot of other really good guys. These guys were average quarterbacks, and they came to the league, and they were average quarterbacks, right? Because they played in what would be more considered a pro-style JV type college, right? And they played tougher competition than the Big Ten. So they saw tougher corners, tougher coverages, more fierce pass rush. So because of that, they translated just a little bit better, even if they just were average going to the next level, Boss Cowboy. And I think that's the difference between an Alabama quarterback and an Ohio State quarterback.
All right. Look at what Moving the Chains said.
Moving the Chains? Where's the love, Moving the Chains? We're Instagram friends. I'm a DM you, Moving the Chains. I'm a DM you specially after this show. We gonna have a conversation about that.
She smashed us, did she, man?
She slapped us around.
Earn it, man. I thought we already
slapped us around
it.
and call us Susan, man. Slapped us around and called us Susan, man.
All right, this dude name been flying around.
Mm-hmm.
My boy Cox got a pick.
Mm-hmm.
Did his thing. So he got a pick. So let me do this real quick, because I'm not gonna even tease y'all real quick, because the OC is super high on Cox. I like Cox too, but I'm also feeling like I'm being very realistic of his ability as well as where he falls short. It's a lot of people that's real high on him. Really take your time and go really look at him. He missed a lot of tackles. I'm being honest with y'all. Boss would never lie to y'all. I'm telling you, because I really watched games, not highlights. I watched his games, okay? He missed a lot of tackles. Now, so I'm gonna play something for y'all. I want y'all to really stay with this, because it was a war that went down, and I want to get everybody that's listening perspective. Let's talk about it, OC.
All right.
And I have a vision of this man playing safety.
No, I
y'all just so scary. Y'all get you go see. Law asked a common sense question. He said, "How did this man get 8 interceptions?" I'm talking about. Go look at his North Dakota State tape.
He played at North Dakota State,
and I'm saying to me, everybody keep raving about how you cover, but nobody want to actually think about him possibly doing that.
No, they're not going to move that. They already shut that down. They already got that guy with South Carolina said, "You going over there?"
Quinn shut that down, boss. That's why the conversation.
Y'all would have been against Jimmy Johnson when he was moving, linebacker. So y'all would have been, "Oh no, keep him at linebacker. We're not going to do that. We can't do that."
Okay.
All right. The
OC cover. Consider him covering or being a box guy where he'll fit like a glove. It's not that big of a deal to think outside the box like that.
It's not that big of a deal, but it's okay to have a coverage linebacker and have your safeties doing that too.
Yeah, but do you trust the safeties? Come on now.
Casey's not bad. But he's better than what we had.
Time out. What are we talking about? Playing this man at safety year one?
I'm down with it. Put the man on the field.
Quentin's not gonna even do that. See, you live in fantasy world.
Yeah, we just now we just
the plane.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy. It's super easy to go with the crowd, but I'm talking about
don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Creative to get the man on the field where everybody say that he's good. Everybody want to shoot at. When we saw that work,
boss,
don't do that.
You're calling this man a free safety.
No, I ain't say free. No.
So now you're calling him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Wilson is fine.
But I always told y'all that he versatile. So I'm saying when we trying to get a man on the field and where he could fit like a glove and get more playing time, you can do that.
You have that man.
You can do that.
But here's the thing, Raw. Here's the thing. He's a fourth rounder. You ain't got to force him. Let him learn.
Let me ask you a question. What if he plays better than Neil? What if?
Better than who?
Neil.
Then play him.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
because we got a guy that's versatile already.
Neil is playing linebacker though,
and let me get safety. And he plays safety, right? Come on now, come on now.
Get him, Scott. Get him.
You telling me you're not gonna groom the youngster to play both? Come on,
man.
Come on now.
You getting way too amped up off of these rookies. Okay, Keanu Neal has shown in this league that he could be a Pro Bowl player and has been a Pro Bowl player, an effective player in this league. You think no offense to Jabril Cox, bro, no offense.
See, y'all think they winning. They ain't winning. Just listen.
He's gonna come in here and play better than Keanu Neal, barring injury.
It's possible.
Be realistic.
Not at the linebacker. No, he don't tackle like him. No, and I agree with you on that. That's a hard ask.
Okay, I'm
saying, why not groom the youngster Cox just like you have a hybrid Neal, have a hybrid where you can get more reps with the youngster? You can. But if you just pigeonhole him into a deep linebacker room, you kind of limit your chess piece.
Right.
So were you okay with playing Byron Jones back and forth?
No.
What's the difference here?
Exactly what I just said with Neal. Because see, okay, so when we look at the specific piece of Cox and we say, what is he good at? What is he really good at? What do we all say? Say it at the same time. Coverage. Right?
So what moving to free then? If that's what
no. Where he's good enough, where he's more hybrid, but he's still gonna be in a covering zone-ish, where he go get in matchups, and you can just kind of play with him right there, because he's a fish in water, and it's acknowledging that. Where we've all saying he needs to work on tackling. So I'm thinking, where can I get this man on the field, right? Give him some reps, maybe some particular matchups to where he match up well. And then if he handling up on the coverage better than Neal, then you developing him. And then you also got your guy Neal more as a true linebacker now in that 3-4.
You're throwing a lot of hypotheticals.
No. But you gotta earn it. He gotta earn it. You started
with a definite. You said he need to play safety. Now you're saying he need to do both, and now you're saying if he outplays the dude in front of him.
I say you developing him for both. That's what you do, and you can do that. You can make the choice to say, okay, it's a deep room. I want.
All right, man. Listen, let's get back to the point. Let's get back to the point. See, this is what's funny about that. Like everybody, I saw my boy. He say, "Boss, the plane." My boy Big Game James, the plane. Guess what? Go check his Twitter. Go follow my boy Big Game James. Guess what? He came around. See, I ain't playing with y'all. I'm telling you the truth. There's no way anybody watched him play safety at North. The people that saying he can't do it didn't watch the tape. I'm telling you. Because everybody that goes watch that tape comes back with the same thought, bruh. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you honest to God truth. Guess who said the exact same thing? I never talked to him one time. My boy Koye. Sure did. Because he went and watched the tape, man. He went and watched. Nobody can watch him play safety at North Dakota State and act. People act like his first position was linebacker. No, his first position was safety. And he won 3 national championships at North Dakota State. He went over to LSU in 1 year. But people still poo-pooing it. laughing. My own partner, which y'all saw it. Big James was the plane. Yeah. He hit me up the other day and said, boss, I can see it. Because guess what? He went and watched the film. So when we talking about the training and we talking about these guys at camp, I believe in it. And I'm saying, hold on, somebody say, funny how these YouTubers believe they know more than the NFL coaches and scouts. Yeah, that's kind of low. Yeah,
that's a little low, Joseph. But Joseph, man,
yeah,
I mean, let me respond. Let me take on Mr. Collin here.
You gonna be nice to him, or you gonna slap him for that?
Joseph, you talking to a couple guys that played the game for years, boss. Yeah. I mean, Joseph, you talking to me in particular. I played professional. I mean, I started more than 50 games in college. I mean, they actually gave me a check to play. So, we've been around it, we study it, so we're on the expertise level to give real feedback. It's not like we're like some people, Joseph. I don't know where you stand with this, that didn't make their high school football team or didn't even play a lick in college or was the water boy. I mean, you talking to guys that been in real combat, and so with pedigree, and we know NFL coaches. We know a lot of NFL players. I even work out with NFL players. Actually, NFL players that Dallas Cowboy could put up a picture of this if you want to. That they even want me to train and work out with them in the offseason. These are NFL players that get paid millions of dollars. I train and work out with these guys in the offseason. They want me to show them technical stuff, Joseph. So, Joseph, that's who you kind of talking to on this channel. We got love for you. We just want to inform you. That's kind of what you're dealing with on this channel, man, and kind of the quality and expertise. And so we don't want to ever shortchange you. And we would never jump out there, Joseph, and say some stuff that we didn't have a solid foundation of at least a logical thought behind what we said. So we love you. We appreciate you. But, that's kind of what that is.
Right. And then to just even copy off scouts is lazy. I always say this. 40% of the first rounders end up being busts. So why copy off people that make these on average? You might as well do your own homework. So, Joseph, I wrote 2 books on this. You can literally go check my books and the results of my books and who I said was going to be best and compare that to scouts. That's the beautiful thing you can do with Boss Cowboy Sports, because we document what we say. We don't just say it and move on. It's a book called Boss Cowboy Sports, and you can get it. It's for the whole offseason, and they have all these guys ranked. You can see I had Jefferson as the #1 receiver. Nobody else did. Most people had him 5th or 6th. I had Taylor as a top 15 grade. Most had him as a 2nd or 3rd round grade. I had Claypool as a bottom of the 1st, when most people had him as a 2nd or 3rd. So you can actually grade my work against scouts. I guarantee I come out pretty good. So I just want to say that. And it's no knock, but I just want to just kind of.
It's all good, man.
Give our resume on that, OC.
Oh, good. Anyway. But look, going back to Jabril Cox, listen, he runs a 4.52 40, right? Which is safety speed, right? But here's the thing that I think nobody's really considering, and why I think that he plays down in the linebacker position versus dropping a safety. I'm not saying he couldn't play safety, but it makes more sense from a linebacker position, because if you look at the NFL and you look at the spread concepts of teams, right? And you look at always the need to have to cover slot receivers or cover athletic tight ends in a slot. A la we got the Buccaneers the first game. So you got to have somebody that can run down the field, contest, and cover Gronkowski, right? You got the Chargers. You got the Chargers. You got the Eagles. You got the Panthers. You got the Giants. You got people that we're going to have somebody in that slot, in that inside third of the field, in between the hashes, that can run and cover and shut guys down. And I think that that's what Jabril Cox really brings to this team in terms of coverage as a linebacker. And he's a guy that you couldn't just line up and have to not and only have somebody like a Jalen that could run pretty good and cover some people. He gives you the other element, and to me, he's much more of a ball hawk. He's a guy that's going to make a play on the football and create turnovers. And so I think those are the strengths that he brings initially coming into the league.
Yeah. And see, I keep seeing this, my boy Professor O in the house and my boy BJ Nix, man. I'm having a good day. My boys that I respect is in the building. I respect everybody, but I definitely respect my boy Professor O and BJ. Let's go. Let me say this, because I'm looking at it from competition as well, OC. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's like, what's the best way to get him on the field?
Right.
And that's why I'm being open to the flex, you know, and that's all I'm saying. All I'm saying to everybody that's listening, I'm not trying to force this. I'm just saying it might take creativity, because let's look at the safety room. It's still empty. It's not enough competition. Yeah, they got bodies, but everybody talking about, look at this linebacker competition. We have not, OC, had real competition in that safety room in 10 years.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
So what can push that room? Like what can make these balls sink or swim? And I'm still open to it. Especially I keep hearing, he'll pick. He got another pick. He got another pick. He can cover. I'm just saying, as a fan base, we should be open for it and should voice it. You know, because we never know. Like, we really mean when we say this. Our voices matter. Like, I watched my boy BJ Nix and I watched my boy Jay Tuck really and Mary start the pitch train. I saw it. It was their voices. They was pushing it. And it started. It sure did. You know. So anyway, so when we say our voice matters, it does, and that's why we push these ideas. All right. I'm excited for this one, because, you know, Moving the Chain said we got to earn her like. All right, listen, I'm putting her article, go to movingthechains.blog.word. She just wrote a fresh article, fresh off the press as of today, titled Optimism. So when you see her come in and say, where's the optimism for Quinn? It's truly in her heart. She believes it. And what I loved about this article is she actually talked about the apprehension she had with Parsons. Because the first time I met Moving the Chains was with my boy BJ Nix. We actually did a show together, all of us. And, you know, we was all debating Parsons and the value of Parsons. And she was high on Slater and didn't like the issues. But as a true Cowboy fan, she chewed on it, and she said, you know what? I'm starting to come around, and I'm starting to get optimistic, and I love it. So y'all make sure y'all support her. Hopefully I earned your like, Moving the Chains, because I featured you. I told everybody where to find you, and if they don't earn your like, you're just selfish. And I know you're not. I know you're not selfish. But real quick, you want to say something on that, OC?
No, you got it. Let's keep rocking.
All right, check this. All right, so, because, see, I think it's some balls that got some big shoes, bruh. Some big shoes. It's no way around it. Because we talking about these rookie camp guys. All right? So, somebody say, I was in a chat, and they asked a real good question, OC. They said, is Joseph go start? Listen, y'all, Joseph has to start. He has to.
He does. Yeah, he's second round pick, man. He's pick 44.
He got to.
You're not drafting in the top 50 unless you plan on that guy starting. It doesn't make sense, right? So you got two young corners. I think that he comes in and he's going to have to fight and learn and have some bumps along the way. But I think he starts, and I think that you expect him to play his best ball the second half of the year. To me, when you have a rookie defensive back, it takes a little while to learn nuances. But if he's working the way he should, he has film study the way he should, he's studying the way that he should, I think that you really see him come on and develop more confidence the second half of the season. Be okay with him failing a little bit the first half of the season.
Preach, OC.
Be okay with that. Be okay with him. Don't expect him to come out here and be a Pro Bowler.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, man. Some real good friends of mine just walked in the house, bro. This is just podcast day, man. This is where all the homies, I got BJ Nix, I got my Cowboys family in the building. Listen, they cool people, OC. You got to meet them one day. I'm talking about when I first met them, we literally talked for about 6 hours straight football. Oh, yeah, wow. And that was you, Douglas. It was you, Pastor. Yeah, it was you. But, but I just want to say what's up. I'm so happy y'all came. It's so happy to see y'all. And you right, it's been too long. Some kind of way we got to do a show. I know it's hard to find anybody work harder than y'all because they do a show every day, OC. Every day.
Yeah, man. They putting it in.
Jesus. Every day.
They putting it in.
Every day.
You know, we got a little bit of time, man. I mean, if possible, I don't know how they feel, but man, we may put something together tomorrow, man. Try to put something together tomorrow too, so see if we can put it in, put some work in.
I would love to talk football with them. I would love it because every time we talk, and it's pure. I love them, man. They got a great show, a great channel. I co-sign their channel 100%. It's just sometimes it be so late for me. I catch them on a late night, but they fire. Pure, passionate Cowboy fans, and they good people, man. You know, I always want to acknowledge, when all my friends come in the building. Let's keep talking, though, because I like what you were saying on Boss, man. I love what you were saying, because you took the words, and I never talked to the OC about this. Everybody, we got to be patient on Boss. Be ready for an up and down. Yeah, my Cowboys family said we the late night Cowboys chat. No lie. No, Boss is he said, Boss, is they going to play Joseph at safety? No, he got to play corner, y'all. He playing corner. He's playing corner. And to the OC's point, what I want us to do is recognize that this guy is still a rookie. Because we made a big mistake with Dak. Dak had great mental toughness, but Dak had to grow. And the Cowboy fans, we so thirsty to win that we forget that it's a process of development. Mm-hmm. And Boss is getting ready to be thrown in big boy shoes. Mm-hmm. And what OC said was so spot on. Expect the up and down season for him. Expect him to make plays. Expect him to look like a rookie. Don't look for Boss to carry us. It's another guy, OC, that I'm going to be honest, since we talking about these rookies and how they hit camp, it's one guy that I think got even bigger shoes, man.
Talk about it. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. He a young pup, man. He got to grow up fast. He got to grow up fast.
He got to grow up.
He got to grow up fast, man. And so right now he's just a big baby, man. But he's how can I say this? It's no such thing as a rock hard 350-pound dude.
Right.
But he's gonna need a year, man, to really like eat and like power lift and to really train to add that lower body strength. I see him get lifted a little bit sometime versus elite talent. Right. And so he gotta really just continue to work on his body, man. And but I think he has enough talent that he can come in and give us some good downs. You know what I'm saying? I think that he can turn into something special depending upon his work ethic, right? And kind of where he wants to take his game. But initially, we just need probably about 10 good snaps out of you a game. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have Antoine Woods, right? And because we do got Keith Urban in there, we gonna need 10 snaps out of you, 10 productive snaps a game. And if we get 10 productive snaps a game out of you, big fella, and you stay in the weight room all season, because you can get stronger during the season when you're a rookie, man. I did it when I was a freshman in college, man. I was stayed in the weight room, and you will get stronger even during the course of the season. And so he's gonna need that, man. He's gonna need to develop. Hey, I think that he's a guy that can come in and just plug gaps. I don't need him to make tackles, Boss Cowboy. I don't need him to get a bunch of pressers. I just need him not to get blown off the ball, and I need him to eat space and blocks. That's what I need him to do right now.
Gotcha. And see, listen, man, my Cowboys family, they come in like they want to fight me out the gate.
Oh, yeah. And my Cowboys family,
I would box you.
my Cowboys family. Let me tell you, I 100% disagree with Boss Cowboy too. I think there's no way he gets moved to linebacker, and I said that when we did the big group show too. But because, and this is why, going back to that point,
Man,
because
y'all
who did they
both
say?
tripping.
Hold on, real quick. Boss Cowboy, listen, hold on 1 second. Listen.
Oh man, y'all not gonna keep calling me out. Come on now, let's go with this, OC. I'm sick of this. Let's fight this out, damn it. Let's go.
Well, listen. Okay, so the question for you:
Mm-hmm.
Who did they, when they drafted a certain player, right? They said immediately, this guy's going to safety. Who was that?
When they drafted us? Oh, Israel.
Yeah. They said immediately he's going to safety. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. So what you saying?
Okay, so I'm saying, who are the other safeties in the building? Let me ask you that question. So we got Israel.
Right.
Who else do we got?
Okay, we got Donovan Wilson. And then we got Thompson. And then we got Curse. And then we got Kazi.
Okay.
Hold on, real quick. Just real quick. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Listen. So remember, you always, and you said this yourself, that the Cowboys always give people enough room to do what? Hang themselves. Am I correct?
I can't stand.
You've said that. So yes, you said that. You're
that's
on
true.
record,
No, that's
sir.
true. That part is true.
You're on
I'm
record.
just ready to fight. Let's go.
So here's the situation. We got 5 safeties, Boss Cowboy. You drafted a guy, Israel, with the intention to make him a safety because we know that he's slow-footed. Right, he got that slow-footedness. Well, he gonna get burned by a fast receiver. So you put him in the middle of the field because he has good ball skills and he sees the field pretty good. Okay, so here's the deal: you're not gonna draft a guy out of LSU when you deal with spread concepts, slot receivers, slot athletic tight ends, and then all of a sudden pull him back to safety. I'm not saying he couldn't play safety. I'm just telling you they're not gonna do that. I'm telling you in plain English, they are not going to, okay? They just are not. It doesn't make sense for them to do that, Boss Cowboy.
Y'all get on my nerves. When y'all can't beat my case, y'all start speaking like y'all Jerry Jones. Y'all need to stop that. Everybody does that to Boss. When I come up with an idea, everybody say, well, Boss, they just not going to do it. Basically, no, you can't. Listen,
I'm giving you rationale.
No.
I'm giving you rationale.
I hear you rationale, but when everybody ends it with, they're just not going to do it, Boss.
Let me take that away. Let me take that away. Okay, let me take that away. You got 5 safeties, Boss Cowboy. You drafted 2 linebackers in the first 4 rounds, Boss Cowboy. It does not make logical sense for you to convert a linebacker of his size, by the way. He's not even fully in his man body, right? He's going to gain a little bit of weight his first couple years by lifting and working out. And he does have the ability, irregardless of his missed tackles, he has the ability and the physical stature to develop into a solid tackler in the NFL based upon what I see, Boss Cowboy. And I say develop. I'm not saying he's there yet. I say develop. So what I'm saying, I believe the over-under on that is very unlikely, Boss Cowboy. Plus, the Cowboys are not committed to drafting safety because the fact is, if they wanted a safety, they could have taken one in the 3rd round. And we sat there on draft day, Boss Cowboy, for hours hoping, wishing, praying that they drafted a safety, a pure safety. But guess what, Boss Cowboy? It never happened. It never happened.
See, this is the funny thing that I love. If you just let people talk, they gonna make your point for you. They're gonna make you. Okay, you want to keep going? Because you're making a hell of a point for me. Thank you. Keep going.
I'm done.
You sure? You want some more of the floor, or do I finally got the floor over in her? Because I'm battling right now, my Cowboys family and the co-host, and this is a shame that I gotta school both of y'all. And I love actually both of y'all, but sometimes you gotta school people, man. And let me say this: my Cowboys family, they put out a point. They said that Donovan Wilson plays strong 90% of the time. For my research, I didn't see that. For my research, I saw no. You hype, but let me get a counter. Calm down, OC. You a little bit too excited there. Calm yourself down.
I don't care about
Calm yourself down.
Regina.
Calm down.
I'm calm. I'm as calm as I'm gonna be.
No, you
Regina,
wasn't calm, bruh.
I'm calm.
That was not calm what you was doing, man. That was not calm. All right, so
That's me being myself. Go ahead.
Okay. So let me make this point.
All right.
He actually played both. From my research, he played free a lot as well as strong because they're interchangeable. Especially how the Cowboys do it because they rotate the safeties. Some safeties go in motion. A lot of people, what they do is they call bump down, meaning if a offensive player go in motion, which changes what's called the strength of a offense. So you have to counter them sometimes by either going in motion with that guy to keep your strong on the strength, or you bump, meaning y'all switch roles. And that's what Donovan did when he started getting his playing time. Meaning Donovan Wilson is actually interchangeable. He plays the free as well as the strong from my research. Now, I'm willing to be corrected on that. But from my research, that's what I saw. That's why I always said that he was versatile. So when you count Donovan Wilson, talking to you, OC, and everybody else, that's the only thing y'all got. Then you start reaching for Kazi, right? Curse is a good player, but Curse played a lot down in the box. Okay? And then for the people that say stuff like, it's impossible, it won't happen, the Cowboys won't do it. When me and you was talking about Neil coming over, right? Before we got him, right? We did a film breakdown, me and you. What did we say he was, bro? Safety. What did the Dallas Cowboys do when we got him? We want him to play linebacker and safety. So meaning they willing to interchange him based on need. Come on now, OC. Let's be honest. See, because I know you trying to win this debate, but sometimes you got to know when to take your L. I'm being honest. See, you trying to win, and I'm telling you the truth,
I'm
man.
not trying to win.
We supposed to be coming around to the truth, and I'm telling you the truth. So nobody can say it's no possibility. No, it's a possibility, and it's a good idea, and because we've seen it work. Like Jane Slater asked me when I interviewed her, when was the last time we saw a quarterback commoditized and traded? And it was Walsh. Okay. When was the last time you saw creativity on our defense on skill sets? It was also that same era. Jimmy Johnson, who had the vision to look at a Darren Woodson and just kept looking at him. Like, this guy played linebacker, but he looking at him. This guy was a career linebacker, but I'm watching him practice. And he said, what the hell we doing? Put that dude at safety. We didn't have to pay James Washington. And we basically got us, it's not there yet, a Hall of Fame safety. Like, how many times we go keep hearing, he got ball skills, he can cover, he's a big, gigantic nickel. So y'all can call him a nickel, but you can't call him a strong safety, or you can't play with that? I'm not buying this. I'm not buying all this. It just would never happen. Sometimes you got to be creative. And you also know this. That linebacker room is deep, and I don't believe it's going to be a 3-4. Nope. They going to run mostly a 4-3. I'm going to tell you that right now. They said that they're going to run a 3-4, but they also told us last year they was going to run a 4-3 and came out in a 3-4. They go flip that. They said they coming out in a 3-4. They go actually roll out there with a 4-3. Oh, see, I'm not believing it for 1 second that they go put all that pressure on this rookie. I'm not. That you go put in the middle of the defense of a 3-4, Urban and this guy. I ain't believing it.
No.
So since we both don't agree that that's going to happen, that means that your linebacker room is extremely deep. Who's going to move if you're trying to get that talent on the field? Right? So.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, you can't say that it's not possible, right? We can say that it's possible for you to hit the lotto and win $10 million. I mean, tomorrow we can say that's possible. But what we dealing with likelihood based upon what we see the Cowboys doing, how that, because we have to deal and we have to deal with what we've seen them do and how we project that they're going to make decisions based upon what you can poo-poo my point all you want, but what I'm simply saying to you is that Neil, before he went down with the ACL, he had, I believe, 3 or 4 interceptions in 4 games. He had 7 interceptions, I believe, the last year. He was playing at a Pro Bowl level at safety. Okay, that's Neil playing with the Falcons. He was a strong highlight, right? And so, look, I think that this guy plays mainly linebacker. Is it a possibility he could be a safety? I'm not going to say that it's not, Boss Cowboy. I'm just saying that I think that it's likely. It's the most likely.
Let me ask everybody one question. Where does he have the most experience in his career?
The most experience is going to be at safety, yeah.
Yeah, he's a 3-time national champion playing safety. He's a 1-year linebacker. Come on now. It's not lotto odds to think this. It's not even close to lotto odds. It's more so like common sense. It's almost like this. If I've been playing corner my whole life and then my senior year I play safety and I get drafted, I'm still mostly a corner. And I'm saying it makes sense for us to imagine that and to talk about it, especially because this is what I want to hear. Watch this. I'm going to watch this. Y'all know when I put on the Clear Our Views, I'm dead ass serious. So I'm going to say this. I don't want to hear no crying. No, I'm going to change my screen on this because I'm going to make sure y'all. I don't want to hear no crying about safety. When I've been spending this whole offseason trying to figure out how to bring competition into that building. I don't want to hear no crying. So if y'all see Cox out there playing special teams and that linebacker room is coming out in a 4-3 and mostly nickel, which is making it hard for him to hit the field, remember it was one person with some shades on, with some Clear Our Views on that kept telling y'all it's a place to where he might be able to get on the field if they're creative, if they're willing to do it. Like, and I'm going to say this, and if they're willing to think outside the box, this is not, Okoye called this man, true story, Okoye called that man Derwin James. From his I'm certain on this. The people that hate this idea, y'all never went and watched him play at North Dakota State. I'm certain. Everybody who went and watched him, I'm certain 1,000,000% you would be just as excited as I am. Okoye did it. My boy Big James, y'all saw him troll me. The plane. My boy went and watched that film and said, whoa, boss might be on or something. And I can go to my Twitter. You'll see a whole lot of people saying that. Go to my Twitter. You'll see it quick. You'll see a whole lot. Boss, I caught up. You was actually right. You was on or something. That's why most people didn't know he played 3 years of safety.
Well, listen, you got some real good points on that, Boss Cowboy, no doubt. I mean, he did play safety, but I'm just simply saying, I'm not saying he can't play safety. I'm saying I think he gets on the football field at linebacker, right? I don't think that they're going to put him at safety, at least his first year. I don't see it really happen, Boss Cowboy. Yeah. But bro, we got to land this plane.
I know you got to pick up the wife.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
All right, the guy that I saw a little bit of film on and we out of here. All right. Don't go yet, though, y'all. Y'all don't leave, because every time I say we gone, people start running out the building like it's church. Now, I've been watching Simi, right? So during this season, you got to kind of go with what you see. I've been watching something about Simi that I want y'all to observe. His routes, he telegraphs what he's doing, okay? He telegraphs it. Like that was the benefit of me playing corner. Somebody came in and they was like, why do podcasters and YouTubers think that they know everybody? Like, everybody's not equal in this, man. Just being honest. And I'm not going to insult people that didn't play. Sometimes you love the game and you study it and you didn't even have to play. You just know what you're talking about. But I can tell you by Simi, he telegraphs his routes, especially his stop routes, and they need to fix him because he's going to become easier to cover. He telegraphs it. Watch him real close. Whenever he's going to stop, he raise up. That was the number one indicator that I would read on a receiver when I was watching film. I could say, okay, every time he's going to stop, he raise up. And what they do, because it's hard to get your center of gravity to come down, so what people do, receivers do to cheat it, they raise up to really explode down and stop. It's like putting on brakes. But you also telegraphing to that defender what your moves are. All right? So even though this is one of my sleeper picks, y'all, I see some stuff he need to work on. You know what I mean? And that they need to coach out of him. Because if they don't, he's not going to reach his potential, because corners in the league will be super savvy. They go pick up on all your nuances, all your body language, and all your habits to get indicators of what you're doing. Now, I know some people want to see the OC get his head whooped on this Philly debate.
No, you might get your head bashed in on this one. You're a little bit too confident. You're too confident for your own good. I'm just telling you, you're too confident for your own good. I'm gonna let you know. But we ain't got time for that. We gotta go.
You so lucky you gotta go, bro.
No, I ain't lucky. I think you lucky on this one, brother. You might be
lucky
on
you
this
gotta
one.
go. Because
I
don't think nobody go beat me on that debate. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So we gonna reschedule. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
We still got Washington. We was ready to talk about that today, but the hot sauce is these rookies, so we switched it to the rookies. You know what I mean? And before we get out of here, man, y'all please like and subscribe. We real close to hitting our goal. We go keep pushing until we get it. Our first goal, all the big boys remember when they first hit 1,000. We trying to get to 1,000. And in 4 months, we already close to 600, which is, we moving, bro. We moving. But we not going to move as fast unless we get the help. But thank everybody that came in. Don't leave yet. But we definitely got much love for everybody that's in the building. My Cowboy family, I do accept your invitation. We can do it on your podcast, or you can come on mine, and we'll hash this out. We'll debate this. I will debate this with you because I know y'all good people, and we never have malice in our debates. But we always say, OC and I, that it's about being loyal, not devoted. And before we get out of here, please remember, put a couple of bucks in there if you can on the Boss Cowboy Sports app. Definitely like and subscribe. Follow us on all the platforms. All right? And yeah. So remember, stay loyal and never devoted.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. Boss Cowboy Sports.